Hey everyone, it's Linda with What's Linda Cooking. Yes, my hair is wet and that's okay. I tend to take a shower in the afternoon because I'm taking care of my grandson. And so I take it when he's napping. I do things, I work, I do videos and that sort of thing when he's napping, usually. Sometimes when we're cooking dinner, we do videos with him. But I wanted to talk about grocery prices because, and how to get a low grocery bill. I think if you've seen me before and seen any of my videos on how I shop, I buy things on sale and just to stock a pantry. So I don't necessarily meal plan because if I say I want lasagna and lasagna noodles aren't on sale, ricotta cheese is not on sale, ground beef, sausage is not on sale, then I'm not making it. But if I say, oh, I want lasagna and I have tomatoes in my pantry, I already have lasagna noodles, in my freezer's ground beef, ground sausage, and all I need is to get ricotta cheese, which I would get from Aldi because it's usually cheaper, then yes, I can do that because I'm using up things that are in my freezer already that I bought at low prices. And so that's how I do it. I cook based on what's on sale, what's in my freezer, what needs to be used up in my refrigerator, any kind of leftovers or anything like that. That's how I cook and keep my food bill low. So for an example, I try not to waste food. So if the other day I made rice for my grandson and it was in a container, and cabbage around St. Patty's Day is cheap. And at Shaw's, which is an Albertson store, it was 17 cents a pound this week and for 4 days of next week's sale. So consequently, I bought cabbage and I had this rice left over. So what did I do? I made fried rice with it because I didn't want the rice to go bad. I wanted to use some of the cabbage up, and that was a great way to use some of it up. Oh, and my daughter had like this, when I talked to you, it was probably less than a half a cup of frozen mixed vegetables. So I was like, okay, I'm going to put this in it too. That made the the fried rice. I couldn't use egg because my grandson is allergic to egg. Normally I would, but I didn't. Let's talk about eggs. A lot of times I will try to make some because they're expensive right now. I will try to make the things without an egg because I'd rather have the eggs for frying or scrambled or a quiche or something like that instead of putting them in. So I have a lot of vegan baking recipes and things like that I will use to not use an egg for that. Also, in the month of February, Ibotta had a deal of $2 back on any carton of egg on Fridays. So 2 Fridays, I had my husband stop by Market Basket to get 3.99 eggs, and then I got a rebate of $2. So they cost me $2 for those eggs. So that is how I do that. Another thing, I was at Market Basket for my daughter. I also shop for my daughter. She gives me her card and says, Ma, go shopping because you will spend so much less than I do. And that's true. I have coupons. Chicken was on sale. I had coupons for those chickens. So I got packages of chicken for $1. And they were like, I'm trying to think, they were £2. And I paid $1. So 50 cents a pound. And she knows that this is what I'm doing. At the store, I noticed 2 weeks ago or a week ago when I was in the store, they had navy beans at the front of the store for 50 cents a container. So a package. So I saw in the back of the store, they had the same navy beans, but then they also had kidney beans. And these were 2 for $1. And the best buy date, just so you know, beans really don't go bad. The best buy date on this is 4/30/26. And these can be reconstituted very easily in a crock pot, a pressure cooker, and they can be, actually, I've seen people just plant these. so that you can get these. So a pound, they were 50 cents. I went on the Goya side, aisle, and these were like $1.50. So $1 savings. Am I going to use them right away? Probably not. But this is great for long-term storage. So I just picked that up because I saw it. So that's the kind of thing that I do all the time that keeps the bill down. One of the other things that here's one of the other things I do. I look for my red stickers. This was at Market Basket, and this is 85% lean. And when I went in, I saw some that were 80% lean, the same price per pound. So I just went with the 85%. Now, at my house, I tend to buy my ground beef 80% at $2.99. But my daughter doesn't have a big freezer. So I tend to then go to the frozen and get her whatever's a good deal for that. Now we're making shepherd's pie, and she wanted, because she had said, oh, I want shepherd's pie. So we're making that. But then also I'm going to add in this, which was significantly less, the ground pork. So we're going to do ground beef and ground pork together. And it's going to make a nice big shepherd's pie. And that's what we're going to have for dinner. Here's another thing I got for her. This was in the reduced rack. And they reduced it to $1.99. This is 1.5 pounds of the tomatoes. And I'm going to make tomato salad with this. And this was literally, the reason why they marked it down was when they opened up the case, they usually use like one of those X-Acto knives, and it sliced through here. Perfectly good, well within the use date. And we got this big thing of tomatoes. I've already taken some out for $1.99. So those are the kind of things that I'm always on the lookout for. Talking about shepherd's pie for my daughter. The other thing is on the reduced rack was broccoli for 69 cents a pound. Really great price. And then also they had a huge, like this big, head of cauliflower. That was 99 cents. And I looked it over. It had a speckle of brown. I will cut that away. And it was this big. So what I'll do with that is I can blanch it and freeze it, or I can just cut away and then just freeze it like that. Freeze it into florets without blanching it. I'm also going to put it in the shepherd's pie tonight, because I like my mashed potatoes to be half potato, half mashed cauliflower, and I put them together. So that will add a little bit of flavor, but also some nutrients. So that's kind of how some of my methodology for cutting down the cost of my groceries. And I have to tell you, I argue with people all the time because they're saying, oh, groceries prices are so high. And to some extent it is. But the real increase in prices come from things like cereal and things that are processed. Actual food other than eggs has not really. I can still get boneless, skinless chicken for $1.99. I can still get ground beef for $2.99 or less. I can still get bone-in thighs and drumsticks for 99 cents a pound or less. So, and I've been able to get that for years, and I'm still able to get it. It's just buying it when it's that time. So like my daughter, she doesn't have the facilities, but I'm still working within her parameters to get the lowest price on things. Like for me, she wanted raspberries today. They're $3.99 a pound. Well, not a pound, a little package, $3.99 a package. So my grandson loves them. She loves them. So yeah, and she's paying for it. So I'm like, yeah, I will. She wants that. But a lot of times if it was for me and I wanted raspberries, I would shift and get whatever fruit's on sale. So like in the wintertime, I'm getting bananas. I'm getting grapes. because grapes I can get for $1.99 a pound. And I'm getting apples and oranges and clementines. So those are the fruits that I'm getting. And then in the spring, it switched. The summer, it'll switch. And that's how I get the lowest price. So for me, I tend to eat a little more seasonally, not completely, but a little more seasonably than most people. And so that's how you get your food bill really low. And by the way, just for context, I cook for two. My mother lives with me, and I cook dinners when I'm home for her. So there's three when I'm home. And I always buy things for my daughters too. If I see something on sale, like if there's $2.99 per pound ground beef, I get a package for myself, I get a package for my daughter, and I bring it up here and process it for her to put it in the freezer. Same thing with chicken. So that's what I do. And so I'm not just feeding two, I'm feeding more. And my food bill is anywhere between $50 and $60. I'm going to say $60 a week, because that's ultimately what I think it will be. I'm going to do my finances in just a little bit, and I will see exactly what my food bill was, and I will report on that for 2024. And so that's not bad for two people. That is lower than the government's thrifty plan. And so, and we eat, if you ask my husband, that we eat well. We have veg. Sometimes it's frozen. I do like canned every once in a while, and it's fresh when it's on sale. And we have plenty of proteins, and we have plenty of fruit and all of that. And it's about, I'm going to say 60. I try to get 50, but I'm going to say when all said and done, probably about 60. And just for a caveat, yes, we do go out to eat about once a week. We go out for dinner. We try to. It depends. If I'm going on a trip and I don't want to go out, we will not go out for dinner for a couple of weeks, probably, just to save back a little bit, because when we're on vacation, we like to eat out, and I don't want to have to be scrimping and saving. Speaking of vacation, one of the things we do, I was just mentioning this to somebody, we always do, if there's a Walmart around that does delivery, we do Walmart delivery. We were actually going to do it for Disney, because they do Walmart delivery. Walmart there does deliver to the Disney hotels. But we had a friend that was there, and he picked up the stuff for us. But normally I would just do a delivery right to the hotel, and that saves us money. Like my grandson, he wanted peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, so it was Uncrustables. And they were easy to put in the park, easy for him. If he wanted something else, we would give it to him. But for him, he was really happy with his peanut butter and jelly Uncrustables. Also, things like juices and soy milk, because he's dairy-free and egg-free. We would do that too. But we certainly enjoyed ourselves and went out to restaurants and had breakfasts and all of that stuff too. But I think having snacks and having some of those food items brought in at regular grocery store prices are a good thing. So again, shout out what you do, some of your money saving tips. I'd love to hear them. And this is Linda with What's Linda Cooking. Bye for now.